Hello, all, and welcome to, well, I don't know what to call it. I guess a days off beer review. I had to take the day off to go and get my car fixed. Hopefully it's fixed. I had to go, so after they replaced the alternator, I just kind of like sat in it, drove around for a bit, but I mean, I didn't have any place to go, so I just kind of drove to McDonald's and back, and then around the neighborhood. Then I just sat and idled in the car for like half an hour, just to go and recharge my battery. So I hope it starts up again. I hope there's no further problems. Electrical problems are my least favorite automotive problems because they're the ones that always seem to baffle everyone, even like car guys. So like I'm just hoping it was the alternator this time around. So yeah, it's 8 o'clock, which is not the usual time I usually do reviews. I usually do them around 5 or 6 or after work, which is around 10 o'clock. So yeah, odd time for me to be doing a review, but that's okay because we're going to be reviewing something I've never had before, but I am really curious to go and try. This is from the Alaskan Brewing Company, and this is their Kolsch. Let's see here. Or I guess Kolsch-style ale is probably the more correct way to go and put it, since Kolsch is one of the most, you know, regionally designated beers out there. If it's not made in Cologne, it is not a Kolsch. So this is a Kolsch-style ale. 5.3 ABV. Let's see here. Best by 0303, no, 080325. Yeah, okay. So still got some time left on this. Never had this before, never seen it before. Got this from Bottleheads. They seem to have a whole lot of beers I don't see anywhere else in the state. I don't know how they get it, but that's why I like to go there, because I can pick up things that I wouldn't otherwise be able to review. Okay, let's just go and pour this out, shall we? Okay. So, golden orange color, nicely carbonated, with a fluffy white head. Smells of crackery to bready malts, sort of fruity, so either pear or apple, kind of that sort of juice. I guess pomace fruit, I would say. And floral hops. Floral, slightly spicy. Yeah. Smells really inviting, like a Kolsch should. On to the palate now, shall we? Despite the visible carbonation, there's actually not much bite up front. That's okay. Mm. So bittering hops up front. Appropriate to style, I should say. Top note up front, somewhat evocative of white wine. Lighter white wine like a Riesling. A Riesling. subtly sweet, especially in the front to mids. The ends crisp almost. Not quite clean. Goes down easy, I should say, too. Mm. Almost a slight woody note in the front to mids. What is with American-made Kolsch's and kind of having slight woody notes to it? I don't know. Or heavy woody notes in some cases. Is that part of like the, like German Kolsch, taste guide, just like a subtle woodiness? I don't know. You tell me. Yeah. Was somebody texting me? Well, I'll get to it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nothing of grave importance. I was a little bit. That's why I was like, oh, I'll look at it later. But then it's like, if our payment didn't go through, I'm going to be in. I want to get into that as soon as possible. But yeah, it's nothing. It's. As it warms up, that woodiness is kind of expanding in the finish. Some nice graininess in the top notes of the mids as well. Kind of contrasts with the juicy notes on the palate in the mids. And I should say clarifying, when I say juiciness, I mean to the style, not like hazy juiciness. I mean sort of like a lighter juiciness evocative of apple or pear juice. Even a slight, very slight flintiness in the mid to finish. This is a enjoyable Kolsch-style beer. Um, it's not the best one that I've had, but I could drink this over again. You know, it's unlikely that I'll ever see it again, but um, I would definitely go for this again. Yeah, as you know, Kolsch is kind of a hybrid style, uh, so I love those. Um, so yeah, that's why I picked it up when I saw it. Why is Kolsch such a hard style to find anyway? You know, it seems like easier to kind of pull off than a Pilsner, but still you see less Kolsch's around than Pilsners. Yeah. So, Alaskan Kolsch. If you're like me and you love Kolsch's, give it a shot. You might really like it. Um, you might just say, this is pretty good. And that's where I'm at right now. And that, folks, is your beer review for tonight. Cheers, or Prost, or whatever they say in Inuit or Inuit. Yeah, I thought that was witty, but it just sounded nerdy and weird. But whatever's. Cheers.